Live, it's the Craig Bohl Football Show. KX4 and Gate City Bank present the Craig Bohl Football Show.
I think that the passionate support of the people and the atmosphere that the Fargo Dome imposes on visitors is something that gets your attention.
What a scene this weekend. ESPN's College Game Day rolled into Fargo and got way more than they ever bargained for from a revved up Bison Nation. Joining us on the set is head coach Craig Bohl. And coach, now that you've had 24 hours to digest what transpired, not just the game, it was a great game, we're going to break that down, but College Game Day coming to Fargo was pretty special. It certainly was, and the challenge for us as coaches and players is to be focused on the game at hand, but you cannot escape the fact that that was a tremendous opportunity for us, a window of opportunity to showcase our school, our program, the city of Fargo, and the state to the country. What was your interaction like with the talent, the Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit? Those guys were really good throughout the week, weren't they? You know what? They had done their homework. They're guys who have a great deal of passion for college football, and we appreciated them coming here. But they said, Coach, no, this is not a deal where, you know what, yeah, we're doing anybody a favor. This is a college story. We're here. We're excited about what we're going to showcase the program with. Well, after the show, the ESPN producers felt like they hit a home run.
It's unbelievable. I've been producing the show now for 10 years, and this is either the most memorable, the best scene that we've ever had, or it's very close to the top of the list. And, you know, thanks to the people of North Dakota State and Fargo and our entire crew, it couldn't have been done without everybody. It was remarkable. I've never seen anything like it. That's genuine. You don't get the sense that he says that every week. I really felt that was genuine.
That's true, but that's how our people are.
Yeah.
And we say that over and over again. You know, people will say everything they want about North Dakota State, and Fargo. There's a whole lot of good things going on here.
Yeah, and I think the perception changed over the weekend. Well, now a football game, Delaware State, you know, at times, was it hard to focus, or are your guys very experienced? You didn't have to worry about that?
You're always concerned as a coach. You want to make sure that your guys are focused and maintaining their composure and being ready to play. We're fortunate in the fact that we have a senior-laden football team, guys who have played in a lot of big games. They don't get too high, they don't get too low. They take care of business, and we played that way.
Well, Delaware State, the 7th largest crowd in the history of the Fargo Dome, so Bison Nation took that energy from game day and took it into the Fargo Dome as well. It was a great scene at kickoff, and I thought the energy in the crowd translated to the field. The defense was flying around early.
Well, they certainly were, and as a matter of fact, the first play, they couldn't even get the snap off, and here's a great run fit by Grant Olson, a good nose-to-nose, toes-to-toes tackle.
Little scary moment right here on this play. Cole Jurek hurts his shoulder, did not return to the game. Is he okay? Is he going to be all right next week?
We feel like he'll be available. He certainly has a shoulder issue there. You can see him holding that left arm, but Bobby had mentioned to me he thought he'd be serviceable for South Dakota State.
John Crockett had a burst in this game, didn't he?
He certainly did. He was excited about playing in the ball game as well, and our offensive line did an excellent job all game long.
Hey, the holes were big. This unit is gelling, the offensive line.
Yeah, I think anytime you have those guys playing together, and some things that Delaware State would hurt them. You know, we caught them in a couple stunts that really exposed some of their weaknesses.
3rd and goal, Brock Jensen. This is the first touchdown.
Yeah, really nice pump fake by Brock. Got the defense going one way and stuck it in. Ryan's got great hands, and very similar to the touchdown against Kansas State.
How big of a part of the defense is the speed at the outside linebacker spot? Here's Carlton Littlejohn. We see some of that speed.
Well, he timed up the blitz excellent, and he's got great strength, and you can see the difference that we've had through the years is just our ability to run on defense.
Is Cooper Walla one of the fastest guys on the team?
He is. You know, it depends year to year who is the fastest. One year he timed out at the fastest. Right now I think Brian Shepard's the fastest, but Coop's not too far behind.
There was a big block on that play too, Ryan Smith.
Oh, I loved it. You know, anytime your wide receivers can be physical like that.
Timing perfect between Brock and Zach Fraud's really been good throughout the course of the season.
Great combination with those two guys, and we were able to get behind coverage, and Brock put the ball right on the money. Zach's got excellent hands.
Marcus Williams was dialed in, and that was bad news for Delaware State.
You throw the ball his way too many times, you're going to come up. I knew when he picked it off, I said, oh, we're going to get 6. Marcus got great playmaking ability, and here he takes it in the end zone.
And not even just that play, but technique-wise throughout the game, he was really sharp. We see a pass breakup here. In all facets of the game, he continues to get a little better.
You know what? I think last last game, we dropped off in our execution and our ability and some of our fundamentals, and our defensive players really took it to heart that we needed to play better for the entire 60 minutes, and they did.
The run game was yielding big yards at this point in the game.
Anytime you can run the football, you're going to have a chance to really move the chains. It opens up your passing game, and once again, John does a nice job, but let's credit that offensive line for opening up some holes.
Some great toughness by Brock Jensen here, but do you ever get nervous when he lowers that shoulder and tries to run people over?
Oh, yes and no, but you know what? I'll take a quarterback that's not going to hook slide every day. That sends a message to everybody else when the quarterback's doing that.
Man, tough kid. And we'll see the team break the huddle here as in this red zone situation. It took to 4th down to get to this point here, and you decide to go for it.
Well, with the momentum that we had and being, you know, a couple inches away, we thought it was really important here. Brock's not swatting flies. He's telling the crowd to be quiet. And once again, a good job by Billy Turner on that side, and Big Zach, we call him, Java, opened up a big hole and scored a touchdown by Crockett.
And I think it's important to take a look at the low angle because the offensive line throughout the course of the game was really dominating the line of scrimmage here.
Well, those guys have each game have improved. They work as a unit. Here you can see some big guys, man on man, opening up holes for Crockett.
So with Jurek out of the game, Kyle Emanuel starts to get some attention, and he's played really well throughout the course of the year and maybe doesn't get the attention he deserves, but he is a solid player.
Kyle's an excellent player. He's very explosive. Here you can see he beats the offensive tackle, comes up, and I didn't know if he was going to get the quarterback down, but he got him down by his ankle.
Beautiful boundary throw now back to the offense for Brock Jensen. Again, a timing thing just working really well.
Anytime you can run the football, it sets up the pass. Here we get great protection, and like you can see, it's a good down and out pattern, 1-2 connection with Zach Varah.
Now, Ryan Smith, always been that 3rd down guy. This is a 3rd and 10, and he makes another play.
3rd and 10s are hard to convert, and Brock does a good job. Once again, good protection, and ball's on the money, and Ryan comes down with completion.
This is the first touchdown in the career of Cooper Wallow.
It's great to see Cooper. He's been around quite some time and got behind the coverage, and Brock did a good job putting the ball where it needed to be.
And the team's still very energized. It's 34-0 already, but the Bison D kept swarming, very energetic out there.
Well, we really made a point to say, hey, we got to play 60 minutes of hard-nosed football. You can see Levon come up with a spin move, and he was mad he didn't get the sack, but he caused a quarterback to divert, and we got good pressure by the rest of the fellas.
Now, still in the first half, and Carson Wentz comes in, and I thought this was very good as far as a 2-minute drill exercise for Carson.
You know, these reps are invaluable for a backup player to get a 2-minute drive. You know, you can practice that all you want to till you're out there in a game-like situation. You cannot replicate that. Carson and the rest of the group, we've got a lot of backup players in here, really did a nice job.
How athletic is he? He can really run it.
He is, and he's 6'5". He's a big, strong guy, and once again, you can see he's not into taking hook slides either.
Now, Derek Lang, it was great to see him get in the end zone. He does so much for the team. He's a great guy, and he finishes this drive off.
Well, you can count on old Langer. If you get him the football, he's going to find a way to get in the end zone. He's like one of the old Green Bay Packers hitting pay dirt.
All right, that's the first half, 41-0. A terrific half of football by NDSU. Very sharp and really well done. Brock Jensen, 13 of 20, 138 yards, and Olson has 9 tackles. Delaware State only had 17 yards rushing, or actually 17 rushes for 3 yards. Cole Jurek did get hurt in that first half. He's going to be okay. He's on the Bison hot seat this week. Is your room neat or a disaster?
It's a little messy right now. I try to keep it neat, but it usually ends up as a disaster.
Did you need training wheels when you learned how to ride a bike?
Yeah, probably. But I probably try to take them off too soon and crash a lot.
Which do you like less, doctor or dentist?
Dentist for sure. I hate when they scrape on those teeth.
I hear you. When you dress casual, what kind of shoes do you wear?
I just wear some casual tennis shoes, stuff like that. I need to get some flip-flops, so those look nice.
Who's your hero as a child?
Probably Randy Moss. I grew up loving the Vikings, so I mean Randy Moss was my guy.
What do you prefer, Facebook or Twitter?
I'd say Twitter. Facebook's kind of dying. Twitter's pretty funny. You get a lot of good information on there.
How about your favorite pro team?
I'd be the Vikings. Die-hard Vikings fan. It's been tough the last few years, but this is our year. It's our year again.
Least favorite sport to watch?
Basketball. I can't stand watching basketball.
Would you rather have it 100 degrees or 10 below zero?
If we're practicing 100 degrees, probably, because it sucks to hit when it's cold out.
What do you like most about Coach Bohl?
His sayings. He's got a bunch of different sayings he brings out before games and practices that are always entertaining for us.
How do you want Bison fans to remember you?
Just as a passionate player that loves the Bison and loves the fan base that we got here.
Coach, it's 41-0 at halftime. What did you want to accomplish in this second half?
Well, we wanted to get a lot of our younger players in. The game was pretty much at hand to reestablish momentum, but it was going to be important for us to have fresh players going into South Dakota State and play our younger guys. I think we accomplished those goals.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights from the second half, and a lot of guys did get in the game. Very important reps, as you mentioned, and Kevin Vodlin and Carson Wentz hook up early for an 8-yard gain.
Well, here you can see good protection up front. Carson goes into a second receiver and good throw and catch.
You know, when Wentz gets out in the open field and he's running the football, I think his speed surprises people.
He really does have good speed. He's very mobile. He's not afraid to run, and he covers a lot of ground.
Now Wentz to Vodlin again for a touchdown, and at this point it's 48-0.
What we tried to do is just say it's 0-0 on the scoreboard and execute our offense. These are basically run-pass plays that we have within our offense. We're not trying to alter anything. It was good to see them execute that well.
Pierre G. Tucker, one of those young linebackers, got some great reps, and he made some plays here.
You know, Pierre's got good ability here. You can see he's a strong physical guy and made a good face-up tackle and actually got the ball on the ground. I think it was called down, but I feel like Pierre's got a good future.
Tell us about Darius Anderson. He's a very slippery guy, and he has some talent.
He certainly does, and he brings something, a different dimension to the table with our running back crew. You know, he's a smaller guy, but he's got great change of direction, and he's very elusive.
And he's got some hands, too. This is that middle screen play that's been so successful over the years.
Yeah, through the years, it's been good. We've had different players running. Here you can see eluding one guy coming up with some extra yardage, and that was a critical time to keep the offense on the field.
I really like Eric Perkins. He's kind of a Ryan Smith clone, smaller but very good hands.
Yeah, he does have good hands. Here you can see Carson threw the ball up a little bit high, but Perk went up, caught it, and once again converted, and we got another first down.
You know, the backups in this game really executed, didn't they? They came in and were pretty sharp.
Well, it was good to see our twos play, and you can see here Darius avoids a tackle, but it's good to get those guys meaningful reps against a good Division I competition.
Here's old Barney with the field goal.
Yeah, Barney came in there and knocked it right over the shield sign, and I think we had to come up, the manager had to come up with another football because that one's probably gone.
Now, Chase Morlock had a really good game against Ferris State. In the fourth quarter, he gets some more reps, and he shows great ability once again this week.
He's got good instincts. He's faster than what people think. Here you can see he utilizes his speed, and he's a physical back.
As we see another play from Chase coming up on this drive, he's a pretty big asset on special teams, too.
Oh, he really is, and that's his big role this year, but it's good to see him getting a game and get some meaningful yards as a running back.
Well, that wraps up this game. Terrific effort by the Bison, coming off a college game day to focus, and you got a little bath there because you broke the all-time wins record for coaches at NDSU. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but 51-0 was the final. Wentz came in, played very well. DeLuca had 8 tackles off the bench. Again, very successful on third down. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
There's a lot of stuff going around in Fargo right now, a lot of hoopla, and you know, it's easy to lose focus. And I thought our team did a really good job, you know, staying focused and being mature and coming out and taking care of business.
That's a heck of an accomplishment right there to get that last win, you know. And no one else deserves it more than him. He's a great guy, you know, great leader of this team, and it's something else, and it's a great accomplishment.
Right now, we're moving forward. You know, we have a lot to accomplish this year. You know, we've done a good job so far. We're off to the start that we wanted, but there's a lot of season left. We start Valley play, and that's a whole nother ball game.
We have a great group of guys, a great group of seniors right now that are just leading these guys, and we have a veteran team. So everybody's just helping each other out. There's nobody who think they can just do it by themselves. We're a team. We're out here trying to focus, and we're all after one thing.
Well, Coach, I know you don't like to talk about it too much, but the personal accolade that you got passing Rocky Hager for the career wins record, it's worth a second look. Certainly, we need to mention this, and it is, kudos to you.
I'm uncomfortable with that, just because so many people, anybody that's really involved in football knows that it's a collective effort by a whole lot of people. It's a great program. It's a great program long before I ever got here. Someday after I'm gone, it'll be still a great program. We have really super players, and but I am uncomfortable with notation of that at all.
Although the coaching staff that you have assembled now and throughout the course of your time here at NDSU has been terrific, and you know, some accolades go to the group that you have put together here.
Oh, without question. Those are the guys that really make the train go, and they're invested in the program. They're great teachers. They're great role models for our players, and they do the great majority of the work. And you know what? I just try to keep the herd moving in the right direction.
How about Carson Wentz, kid coming out of Bismarck? Tell us about what you thought of him coming out of high school, and where he is at now as he has progressed as the backup to Brock Jensen.
Well, we knew he was an athletic guy. He didn't play a lot of quarterback when he was a junior, and you can see here, you know, he's got good mobility. He's a strong physical guy. He's very smart. He's a 4.0 student, makes good decisions. He's learning as he's gone. You know, the competition between him and Brock has made each one of those guys better. It's healthy competition. And to get him in a game when the game, you know, it's not completely under wraps, but still somewhat in doubt, and then get him all those playing reps is going to serve us very well in the future.
Now, Levon Perry, he's had 2 games back now from injury. How do you feel like he is playing right now?
Well, he made a lot of progress this game. You know, the knee surgery, he was serviceable early in the year, but I think his explosion is coming back. He's got good, strong physical hands, and you know, we feel good about his ability, and he's going to really need to play well as we get into Valley play.
That's the play he got injured on in the South Dakota State game last year. The Jackrabbits are up this week, and I'm sure that's a source of motivation for Levon this week.
Well, we try to stay focused at the task at hand here. You can see that Levon was limping as you go, and it's really an unfortunate play that happened. You know, Levon's gotten great medical care and worked hard in the offseason, and we got a big game coming up.
Well, time for the Nodak Mutual Insurance Player of the Game. The Bison had an amazing 30 first downs, and 16 of those were on the ground. John Crockett, in particular, busted some big runs, got just 9 carries, but rushed for 87 yards and a touchdown. Yes, that is 9.4 yards a carry. He showed a real burst behind an offensive line that is really coming together.
Our offensive line is they're unstoppable. You know, they're basically the coup de grace of the game. You know, and they come out, they just make it all happen for us. And be able to come out and, you know, just all the hoopla going on, is be able to start throwing some punches out there felt really good. And having those boys that are in front of us, you know, I'm not too scared.
No, he is not. John Crockett, not scared. Our Nodak Mutual Insurance Player of the Game. And now the Bison are always strong in the fourth quarter. They really wear teams out. We'll tell you why that is next. Welcome back to the show. The Bison football team always seems to be in better condition than their opponent. When the fourth quarter rolls around, the Bison are never that team that folds. That is not by chance. The Bison get after it in the offseason. Strength and conditioning coach Jim Kramer has a famously difficult training program. This is a big part of the current Bison success story. Jamal Spencer has the story.
Red jammer, we got 2 sets of 3 and 3, all right? You got 3 on the right.
Jim Kramer is in his 11th year as strength and conditioning coach at North Dakota State, and his thumbprint is all over this Bison football team.
He takes little kids and makes them big kids and men, you know, able to play in this conference, and he definitely did that with me.
The man behind the Bison says it's not just about adding brute strength. Kramer's regimen, simply known as the program, focuses on speed, agility, and sharpening the player's mental edge.
It's probably not one thing, but it's the whole program in general that kind of develops that character and that work ethic, and if you want to call it mental toughness. It's not one drill, it's just the toughness about going through the whole program.
Veteran players have come to appreciate the grind, though, giving a nod to Kramer's off-season workouts as a big factor in the win over Kansas State.
You know, we win games on Saturday, but we really win games, you know, in the summertime, you know, doing those workouts on Friday and leading up to the weekend, and just, you know, Coach Kramer just making us dog-tired and telling us to get on the line again and run again. And
It's 100 degrees in the field, and he like controls the weather, because I swear it's cloudy all day, and you know, we're like, oh, it's gonna be like 75 for the run, and all of a sudden it's 95 on the field. We're like, I don't know how he does it, but I swear he controls the weather sometimes in the summer.
And while the players have a love-hate relationship with him when they're on the team, it's the appreciation players gain after they leave that gives Kramer the most satisfaction.
You know, it's so funny, after some of our big wins, I get texts from former players and stuff like that, and you know, that seeing them appreciate that and appreciate being a part of the program. Hey, I'm so proud to be a part of the program. I guess that's a special bond there.
For the Craig Bohl Football Show, I'm Jamal Spencer.
That part of a program never gets a lot of attention, Coach, but it's a very important part of the program.
Critical.
Yeah.
I think half your games are won in the summertime. You know, Brock's comments were very accurate. Jim does a great job. He's got a great complement of staff. Our guys work hard, and they're coached well.
Well, time for our Peterson Farm Seed future crop of bison. Pierre G. Tucker out of the St. Louis area has a bright future. It was quite a recruiting battle for Pierre, and his upside shows as he is not redshirting. He is getting limited time at linebacker, but is a key part of special teams. It is not lost on Pierre how special it is to play this early in a program of this stature.
Mostly, I feel good about having the chance to play right away. Knowing as a true freshman, I get a chance to help the team out and everything. But it's also humbling, too. I know not everybody has the chance to do things like this, so I'm trying to take advantage of it to try and learn the plays instead of waiting to spring ball to really get the grasp of things. So I know this is probably helping me out more than anything.
Bright young player right there. Well, still to come, we're going to set up this Jackrabbit game. It's a big week for the Bison. Stay with us.
It's time for another game-changing play in history. Presented by Pioneer brand T-Series soybeans. Be a game changer.
2:45 to play in the third. Jensen under center with an eye backfield. Both backs in the end zone. Handoff left side. O'Jury breaks a tackle at the 5, 10, left sideline, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. A foot race up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Sam O'Jury nearly takes it to the house, and the Bison have flipped the field. My, oh my.
Be a game changer. Plant Pioneer brand T-Series soybeans. From DuPont Pioneer.
Well, it's a big week for the Bison, the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. It's on Medco and also statewide on NBC and the Bison Radio Network. It's going to be a fun week. Enjoy it, everybody. We'll see you next week.